but get involved in the community is the biggest message. Just get out there, talk to people, meet people. It's very easy to find other veterans, and that's what we as veterans need. It helps us integrate back into the community, just talking with people, that understand what we've been through.
Everybody, today I'm excited to introduce to you a new friend that I have just recently ran into, Jared Aly. He has a small business called Salt and Steel Arms, but he's also a veteran. And as you know, we love to spotlight veteran businesses and learn about what inspired you to start this business, and kind of find out about you and how we can bless you. So, what was it that got you started in doing this? First of all, tell us what Salt and Steel Arms is, and then we'll kind of go into what inspired you to get started in it.
Absolutely. So right now we're an engraving company. We can engrave almost anything. I'm currently going to school for gunsmithing and I'm almost finished with that. So we do plan to offer firearm services hopefully by the end of the year. I just gotta get a location and get my FFL so that way we can start doing that. But if you have any questions about that in the meantime, you can just holler at us. But yeah, so I grew up with guns, being here in Texas, and then from my time in the Marine Corps. Just was all around guns. So it's always been passion of mine. And yeah, yes, man.
Okay, good, good. So the engraving part started out with guns, or was that something else? And you're just kind of,
Yeah, we do want to get into engraving guns eventually once we get our FFL. Honestly, I think I was just kind of browsing around on the internet one day, and actually that's what it was. I was on one of those TikToks and saw somebody engraving guns and like, oh, that would be cool. So in the meantime, I went ahead and got one of those laser engravers and we just started engraving a bunch of stuff. And that's kind of how we started the business doing the engraving. And
yeah,
that's just kind of, our big thing in the meantime and until we get our licenses so that way we can combine the firearms into it. And it's been great. I've been getting involved in the community, going to a lot of events and, trying to spread the word and get the name out there. And we got some really cool things. One of my favorite things that I've engraved is put like my business card on a little poker chip. It's a little
oh,
blurry, but
cute.
I've been handing these out at the events and people are loving them. So I don't know. It's just been really cool just to get involved in the community. That's one of the big things that we want to do with our business is get involved with the community and give back to the community that's given back so much to us, especially the veteran community and
Yeah,
Bryan College Station area and surrounding.
yeah, yeah. So are you from Bryan College Station or somewhere else in Texas?
Yes, kinda. I grew up in Caldwell, Texas,
Okay.
just south of College Station, but
Yeah.
there's nothing to do there, so we did all of our fun stuff here in College Station. But yes, ma'am, I grew up in Caldwell, so I graduated high school in 2018, and 3 days after that, I headed off to boot camp in the Marine Corps. Spent 5 years in the Marine Corps, 6 years in San Diego. Met my wife out there. We had our daughter. We were a dual military family, so my wife was in the Navy and I was in the Marine Corps. That brought lots of challenges, and we navigated through those. Had our daughter. Spent about 6 years out there in San Diego, and then early February 2024, we moved back here to College Station and trying to plant our roots, just get back involved with the community. And yeah, it's been a pretty cool journey, but we're super excited about it.
Yeah. Well, thank you both for the service and sacrifice. It sounds like it was a real challenge getting together and starting a family in that environment. Yeah, I can imagine. So
Absolutely.
so what was your kind of specialty in the when you were in the Marines? Is that something you could share about?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I've always been a hands-on kind of guy, blue collar, all that good stuff. And so I guess I scored pretty good on the test. So they're like, you can do anything you want to do. And so my job that they got me into was communications. I was setting up all the radios and the computers for them to use to speak to the aircraft and tell them where they can fly and land and all that good stuff. And my recruiter had told me it's kind of funny. I was going to be working like on the electronics and the cockpits of like the helicopters and the planes and stuff. And then I got there and ended up playing with a bunch of computers and radios. But
Yeah,
it was a good time. I met amazing people from all over that I never would have, gotten the chance, in small town Caldwell. But it was an amazing opportunity and journey. And so anyway, I did a lot of computers and radios, and as we were moving from California back to Texas, I was able to pick up a job at Reynolds and Reynolds doing desktop support, computers, and all that stuff. And that's what I've done since February 2024. And in January, I finally, took the leap of faith and put in my 2 weeks and just went full time into this business thing, and that's kind of where salt and steel comes from. Steel is kind of the engraving aspect, and salt is just ever present in the Bible. So we really wanted to have a faith-based organization, and that would
yes,
be absolutely the foundation of what we do. So yeah, it all kind of ties in to that.
nice. Well, have you heard of the Entrepreneur Boot Camp for veterans?
Is it the boots to business?
No, this is
No.
Entrepreneur Boot Camp for veterans. It's done at the McFerrin Center. It's by the Mays Business
Right.
College. Reynolds and Reynolds is their like huge sponsor for that. So I'm surprised you haven't heard about it, but I think that would be something really good for you to do. It's an intensive week-long experience, and they bring in all these people that teach you about all these things, and they give you connections and government contracts and all kinds of different things. So that might be something to look into. I think it might help you, give you a kind of a boost in starting out on this.
Absolutely. That would be amazing.
Yeah, I'll send you the website, but you can look it up. Entrepreneur Boot Camp for Veterans. At Texas A&M, you should be able to find it. That kind of coincided with starting out this podcast. I had been to a Master Networks event, and I was trying to decide what to make my podcast about, right? And so Adam Smith, he's somebody that I interviewed on here. He spoke at that event, and then there's a pair of parents who had a son who died at Kabul. And so they have the Freedom 13, and they spoke as well. And their kind of mission is to get 100 acres in off all the states, and then build 13 houses, and put ATVs and just all kind of fun stuff on it, and then let veterans use these places for free for,
That
vacation,
is awesome.
getting away, just a kind of respite kind of space. So those things inspired me to work with the veteran space. And I had a couple of clients that were, um, he was Army and she was Coast Guard, and they became good friends after they moved here. And so we sat on their porch, and I wanted to do these kind of pillars. So we talked about doing the benefits, because that's important to everybody, of course,
Absolutely.
and then work and entrepreneurship and housing, because I'm a realtor, and that's also important that everybody needs a place to live, and then mental health to try and reduce the number of suicides, right? Make people aware.
Absolutely.
So, right about the time when I got back was the first cohort of Entrepreneur Boot Camp for veterans that I went to, and I'm like, ding, 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 here's all these people that need to get the word out, practice talking about what they're doing. And, this is the work environment. It may inspire somebody who's coming out of the military. A lot of people have talked about, they didn't really know what they were going to do when they got out. They had a hard time adjusting because they had all this expertise that they gained in the military, but then they come out and they had a hard time finding a position that was, kind of equal. It's hard.
Yes,
Some people
ma'am.
kind of ease into the things and some people don't. And some people just kind of feel kind of lost. So just wanting to inspire people to, like everyone who I interview, I always ask, what's your biggest piece of advice for someone who's transitioning out? We want to have people to be successful when they're coming out, to have a plan, sort of, to know where to go to get the resources and things that are available in the community. And I've kind of lost track of where I was at with that, but that's kind of the gist of it, is making sure that people are aware, to be more successful coming out of the military. Because I think part of the suicide thing is PTSD, part of it's suicidal thoughts, part of it's homicidal thoughts, and a lot of it is the loneliness. They miss the camaraderie. That's one
Yes,
common thread.
absolutely.
And you mentioned all the people too. One common thread among like most of the people I talk to, they miss that camaraderie and that kind of group of people who've been through the same thing, and know what you're talking about, right? So connecting people, and I feel like since we have the largest concentration of veterans without a base here in the Brazos Valley, that we should have a fabulous community and everyone should know it. We should be famous for treating our veterans the right way and having very successful people post-military, you know what I mean? That they feel confident.
Absolutely. I
So,
did want to touch on one or a few things that you mentioned.
mhm.
If there is anyone out there that is a veteran that is watching this, whether you know Miss Sherry or me, or maybe you just stumbled upon this, Miss Sherry and myself, we both have lots of veteran connections in the community. So if you have any questions about services or disability claims or anything, way you can be supported as a veteran, you'd be surprised. Both young and old, how many people I come across that don't even know just the simplest of services that are available to veterans. So if you're seeing this as a veteran and you're not aware what's out there, just reach out to either one of us. We can definitely get you very well connected with all those veteran services in the Bryan College Station area. And even if somehow you're watching from somewhere else, we can at least point you in the right direction and where to go in your area to look for these kind of things. So that's a really big one. There's so much available to us veterans that it's like you can never see everything because there's just so much out there. It's amazing. It's really cool.
Yeah, it is true. And that, the services are kind of connected too. So you get one person, like someone like Pam, or
Absolutely. Miss Pam and Mr. Kale
yeah,
are amazing.
yeah. I'm sad my friend is moving away, but Kale is also amazing. He's a stellar human being. I love him too. And they do such good things, and they are so connected into the community, so plugged in, and they'll be able to refer you to lots of different services. There's a coalition of Brazos Valley veteran organizations. I'm part of that, and they meet once a month to talk about things that are going on and what's in the community, and people come in, and share things that they're doing. And so, yeah, we have definitely connections and can hook you up with whatever you need. And I focus on those four pillars, but that doesn't mean I don't work with the other things too. So whatever it is that you need, we can try and help you out. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you're now working from Instagram, or do you have a website?
So we have a website, but it's not set up yet. And right now, we just kind of started up about a month ago. So I've been getting involved in the community, and it's a lot of word of mouth. And I do have an Instagram and a Facebook, Salt and Steel Arms, on both of those. There should be like no spaces or underscores. You should be able to find it.
Yep. And we'll put a
I
link
do.
in the description so they can
Awesome.
be able to get to you.
Absolutely. That would be really cool. I do need to start getting all my stuff posted on there. I just started those up. So but hopefully by the time this is all published and out there, I'll have some stuff up there. But yeah, that would be best place to reach out to us in the meantime is either by all our social medias or I'll have my email on here somewhere. You guys can email any
Yeah.
questions and all my contact information will be out there somehow. We also are going to be there's a pretty cool event coming up. I think it's the Greater Brazos Valley Builders Expo next weekend. It's March 14th and 15th. On Saturday it'll be 10 to 5. On Sunday it'll be 12 to 4. And it's going to be a large collection of like builders and contractors and roofing companies, anything that has to do with building a house from the ground up. Um, and there'll be quite a few vendors, and we're actually going to have a booth out there. So if you wanted to come check us out, get something engraved on site, or maybe see what we do, what we offer, and or place some kind of orders and stuff. We got these. I just got these in. I'm pretty excited. We got some hats in, and we
Nice.
got a bunch of different shapes of these leather patches that we can put like your logos on and slap them on the hats. So that's something new that's I'm pretty excited about. But we'll have all kinds of stuff: keychains, dog tags. We got metal business cards and these little poker chips, and all kinds of different stuff, pens, and we can engrave almost anything. So I'm super excited about that. So if you're seeing this and this is out by then, and you want to come check us out, you guys can come on down there and check us out at the Builder Expo.
Yeah. Always events going around here. That was something I was going to ask you is do you have a bunch of products already that people can choose and choose what they want engraved, or do they bring you things, or is it kind of a combination?
Yeah, it would definitely be a combination. And one thing that I always forget to mention is if you're out of state or out of town, we can ship it to you as well. But we have quite a few things on hand. And then one thing, and you can if you also have something that you want marked or engraved, you want to put your name or your logo on it. You can either drop it off to us, we can come pick it up, or you can ship it to us, depending on where you're at and how everything plays out. But we can do almost anything as long as it's not too big, you know. But just reach out to us if you have any questions, and we can see what all that looks like.
Okay, so I guess the biggest way we can bless your business is to share about it and order stuff.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
I guess too, if there are any events or anything like that that we could invite you to, that would be something else. So
Yes.
what would your best advice be to someone who's fixing to transition out of the military into civilian life? What kind of things did you run into that you solved, or things that you've seen or had experience with? How could you pave the road a little smoother for someone else?
The biggest thing, there's a few things probably, but the biggest thing is go to your local VA, just give them show them your ID, get signed up and in their system, get seen. If you need mental health services or anything like that, I know that was a big one for me. Um, it's always tough, trying to get into those things and admit that you need them. But just go to your local VA, get signed up, get your services, whether that be, you need medications or whatever you got going on. And in there, that'll be the best starting point to reach you out in the community. They'll have mostly everything that's going on in the community. They can refer you if you want to start a business, where to go for that. And in your city, there's also a very good chance there's a small business development center, and
Mm,
that's available to everyone,
yeah,
not just veterans. So if you're looking to start a business, absolutely go there. Go online, search up, see if you can find one in your local area. We have a really good one here in town in College Station. Miss Shay and Miss Lisa down there are amazing. They've helped me so much with starting up my business. It's a free service. Uh, they know everything there is, the ins and outs of starting a business, marketing, websites, and they can branch you out to lots of more people that they know as well. So definitely get involved in your community. Go to your VA, ask them for resources. Go to your local business center if you want to start a business. And those are my biggest recommendations. And definitely get the help you need if you're having trouble navigating life, mental health, all that stuff. It gets hard to talk about. But definitely go get seen and tell them what's going on, and at least you'll find someone that you can talk to about it anyway. So, but get involved in the community is the biggest message. Just get out there, talk to people, meet people. It's very easy to find other veterans, and that's what we as veterans need. It helps us integrate back into the community, just talking with people, that understand what we've been through. So
yeah,
those are my biggest advices.
very good advice.
Thank
It
you.
it's been so nice having you here today. I'm excited to see you face to face and talk to you about what you're doing, and I'm sure we are going to run into each other a lot around here. Um,
Absolutely.
Speaking of, you are a Marine. I have not seen you at the Marine Corps League meeting in town. I'm going to send
Yes,
you,
ma'am.
I'll send you the information about the next meeting.
I'll
So
be there on Monday.
will you?
I'm
Okay,
excited
good.
about that.
Excellent.
Yes,
Well, all right. Well, thanks for coming on today. It's good to meet you. And everybody order some engraved stuff, right? And
please.
let us know. I'm sure you'll be doing a big announcement when you finally get your gunsmithing thing going.
Absolutely. By the
That's
end of the year, we'll have it going.
awesome. Good deal. Thanks for coming.
Yes, man. Thank you so much for inviting me, and thank you guys.